Strip lights are a fantastic way of modernizing your home with some stunning light effects. They aren't simple products though, like light bulbs are, where you just buy them and plug them in. There are lots of different components needed to get them to work, which, if you're not familiar with strip lights, can be a bit of a minefield. But that's why this video is here, to help you put together your order for your RGB LED strip lights. Now, this video is designed to walk you through how to put your order through step by step. So feel free to put me on pause to go and get the component that you need and resume the video once you're ready to carry on. Now, it makes most sense to start off at the tape itself and work backwards to the power supply. So let's start with the tape. Step one is to measure the length of tape that you need for your area, as this will determine a really vital component later on in the process. So keep a note of the length that you need in meters. It's also worth noting that our tape is sold by the meter. So if, for example, you need 2.5 meters, then you'll need to order 3 meters. Step 2 is connecting your RGB tape to your chosen controller, which we'll come to shortly. This is done via 4-core cable, which is cable that has 4 metal wire connectors on its end. And you get 10 centimeters of 4-core cable as standard with your RGB tape. Now, for most people, this is fine, but if there is a longer distance between your tape and where it will be connected to your power, you may need a longer length of 4-core cable, which we can solder on to the end of your tape for a small additional fee. So, if this is the case, just let us know in the text box when you place your order. Now, in order to get the maximum out of your RGB tape, you will need a controller, and this is step 3. Picking out a controller. Now, whilst we have a wide range of controllers to choose from, our best one is our EasyLight 5-in-1 Wi-Fi controller, as you can operate it using a compatible remote or directly from your smartphone, which also lets you use Alexa or Google Assistant with it. And once you do have it, your 4-core cable inserts directly into the output end of the controller. The black core inserts into the V+ terminal, with the other cores inserting into their respective terminals. So the red core inserts into the R terminal, the green core inserts into the G terminal, and the blue core inserts into the B terminal. Step 4 is picking out the correct power supply. And when I say correct, I mean picking out the correct voltage and the correct wattage. Voltage is easy. If you're buying our AON LED tape, you'll need a 24 volt power supply, and you can see these by using the filters on our LED power supplies page. We can also get the wattage by using a really simple calculation. So do you remember at the beginning of this video when we measured the length of tape that you need for your space? This is where you need that measurement, and all we do is take the length of the tape that you need, multiply it by the wattage of the tape that you want, and this gives you the wattage needed for your power supply. Let's go through a quick example. Let's say you need 5 meters of RGB tape, and that you've opted for our 14-watt AON RGB tape. You'd multiply 5 meters by 14 watts, giving you a total of 70 watts. So for this example, your power supply would need a max load of at least 70 watts. We'd recommend leaving a leeway of around 10% between the tape and the power supply though, just to protect the longevity of both components. Either way, once you've got the correct voltage and wattage, you have just one decision: plug-in or hardwired. Plug-in power supplies using our AC/DC power adapters are really easy, as they just plug directly into your EasyLight 5-in-1 Wi-Fi controller, with the other end simply plugging into any standard wall socket, and that's it. So, to quickly recap this setup, where you have your controller with a plug-in power supply, you'll need your RGB tape, some 4-core cable. Remember, you'll get 10 centimeters as standard included with your tape, an EasyLight 5-in-1 Wi-Fi controller, and an AC/DC power adapter. If you wanted a hardwired power supply though, this will require a couple of extra accessories. Firstly, you'll need some 2-core cable. This is just like your 4-core cable, but has 2 cores instead. You'll also need a couple of these Wago lever connectors. And here is how it all fits together. The 2-core cable has 2 white cables. one of which has a black band running down it. This core is the negative core and inserts into the V- terminal on the input end of the controller. The other core, the plain white one, inserts into the V+ terminal. You'll then insert the other end of these cores into one Wago lever connector each. And then, once you've picked out your hardwired power supply, the red and black cables from your power supply will then insert into the Wago connectors, so that they're connected to their matching cores from the 2-core cable. So, your positive cores will be joined by one Wago lever connector, and your negative cores will be joined by the other Wago lever connector, at which point it's ready to be connected to your mains power supply by a qualified electrician, and you're done. So let's recap this setup quickly, where you're using your controller with a hardwired power supply. Firstly, you'll need your RGB tape, some 4-core cable. Remember, you'll get 10 centimeters as standard with your RGB tape, an EasyLight 5-in-1 Wi-Fi controller, some 2-core cable, 2 Wago lever connectors, and your correct hardwired power supply. Now, if you're still having any trouble putting your basket together, or if you are looking for more complex setups involving multiple lengths, or lengths longer than 10 meters, then our team of experts can put together a free, no obligation bespoke quote for you. All you need to do is ring them on 0116 321 4120 or send them an email to sales@wled.co.uk. You can also reach out to us on our Facebook and Instagram pages too. Just DM us the word tape and we can point you in the right direction. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.